You don't say. I'm alive. I'm alive. Oh, I'm alive, love, 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 love. And I have a little bit of mermaid hair here going on. I see, I see, I see. I have just got off a most epic Zoom with my elite crown group of kings and queens who are ready to absolutely launch, you guys, launch like an absolute mofo. Is that actually a word? Well, yes, they are ready to launch into their greatest, most epic success. So, hey, why don't you say hello as you're coming through? And I want to actually just talk to you a little bit about my life, if you'll listen. So, number one, I am having a glass of red wine here. And I know I said to myself, Terry, should you really have a glass of red wine? After all, it is, what day is it today? It's Tuesday. It's not like it's Friday or Saturday. You know, you're a cheap night out. You know, you have one glass and that's it. And number two, your a lot of your tribe suffer the same kind of ailments as what you suffer. And one of my little pets is having a glass of wine. But then, how much is too much, you guys? How much is too much? So, you know, if you are going to be a person that is in control of your life, if you are a person that wants to achieve epic success, is one glass of wine every single night too much? I'm going to ask you that question and tell me down in the comments, do you think one glass of wine, and on that note, I'm going to have a little drink, while it is my husband's turn to cook dinner tonight. And did I tell you, I am going to Queensland. And I'm going with that lady that is watching me live right now. And if you're watching me live, I would love you to say hello. But my life, I am completely, I am so pleased and excited to be just arriving in Queensland and being part of the crowd and not being that person who is the leader, because I don't always have to be the leader. I don't always have to be the queen, although I do enjoy being a leader and I do enjoy being a queen. But this is something that is going to be of great quality. It is going to be of such a huge opportunity. Guys, do you have opportunities? Are you having opportunities in your life? And if not, why not? And I can tell you that if doors of opportunity are not opening for you, there is only one person to blame, and that is you. Okay. But the title is not about blocking your manifestation. It is about releasing fear and anxiety and limitations so you can move through into your epic success. Yay! So do I hear a yes for success? If you want success, write it down in the comments. And while I was actually going on a Zoom with my group tonight, we actually looked at some of the biggest issues that hold people back from success. Now, let's just see if you can relate to this. Self-doubt. Okay, number one, self-doubt. Do you have any self-doubt, you guys? If you do, let me promise you something. The only reason you have self-doubt is because of something you told yourself about something that happened a long time ago. Possibly not even today or yesterday or last week. Probably it happened years and years ago, you guys, right? So the other thing is that when people thought about success and actually coming into great fortunes and riches and actually really stepping out and doing something crazy like what I'm doing right now, like going live, you guys think it's easy, right? Well, let me tell you, you have to be virtually qualified in the work that I do to be able to come live, because, you know, when I asked people the question, you know, what is your thoughts around this? Because we are an elite crown of kings and queens where they need to move out. They need to be able to take their positions as leaders, as coaches, as people that have an amazing service to offer and give it to the world. So we came up with self-doubt. They came up with the voice in their head that will tell them they're not good enough, that people will think that you are absolutely nuts. Ever heard of that? If I do that, people will just think I'm nuts. Look, I get that all the time, but I'm still here live with you, right? Okay. So also that excuses. Ever made up an excuse before? And even if it was a legitimate excuse, you guys, did you know that excuses are really just your subconscious mind making it really obvious about the protection they want to put in front of you? And speaking of protection, I actually went live with a friend today. I call her a friend. She's a client. She came through my program. She went on 2 live streams with me today. One was in my Master Key group, and the other one is in my free group. Now, she got rid of a lot of stuff through my program and was able to release so much of her shiz. That how does shiz manifest, you guys? How does shiz manifest? Does it always manifest as in, you know, stress, anxiety, fear? Actually, no, it doesn't always show up that way. It can show up with a sore back. Did you know that? Did you know that? That anxiety and fear can show up with pain in your body. In fact, the reason that quite often people get sick is because you guys, that their subconscious mind is wanting to tell them something. And if you feel like you need more money, if you feel like you need to have a better life, if you feel like you need to have a better body and you need to be slimmer, trimmer, fitter, healthier, more slick, more popular, whatever it is that you want, guess what? The only reason you're not where you want to be is because you are still thinking through the old programs that you've always been running. And this is where, you know, that we had a miracle. Just to put it into a nutshell, this lady could not move her neck at all. She couldn't move it to the left. And you may have seen the live stream. We did a timeline. We went back and we released her because, you know, one of the things that is my absolute specialty as a master NLP trainer and a teacher, a leader, an intuitive therapist, is that I'm really intuitively gifted at being able to take people back and release the brokenness and pain from the past. And in this case, she was able to do that without me even knowing what it is that she was wanting to deal with. And she came back with complete movement. Okay, so there's the thing. However, today she's gone through my master key and she's really, really desiring now to move into my next level group, which is the Elite Crown Master Key for Kings and Queens. Now, you might be thinking, Terry, what's that? What is that? Well, who wants to know what it is? I would like you to say, okay, say yes if you want to know what it is, and I'll send you the energy. So the Elite Crown, the difference is number 1 tier is always about removing some of the biggest trauma. So if you're dealing with trauma, which this lady was dealing with, and you're dealing with some really stuck stuff going on in your life, stuckness, that's not a very good way of putting it. But if you are dealing with that stuckness, It's only because you're playing an old record and that record's getting boring. So time to play something new, time to play a new tune. So at that level, that is the most rock solid foundation. That is my most popular program. That's the one I've been running for over a decade. It's the one that helps people with trauma, stress, and it's the one that I have worked with over 3,000 people. The next one is the one that I began training people in around 2007. That is how to become a coach. And so at that level, people are really just going, well, how did you do that, Terry? What did you do? What made that work? Actually, you make everything work. So I then just gave them the tools that I was given. That's what I did. I'm just going to tell you the truth right now. I gave them 56 or 62 odd tools that they went away with, and they had great results, fabulous results. But then converting NLP practitioners into people like me, which I don't mind to say, I know where my weaknesses lie, but I know where my strengths lie. And as a coach, I kick butt, guys. I think you know that. I think by now you know that. And I can release the biggest shiz. I can help people to release their stuff and move them from A to Z. And I'm going, why is it that in the world, let me turn my phone off. People are probably trying to ring me because they know I'm doing a live stream. It's always the way. Or they don't know I'm doing a live stream. So what actually happens, you guys, is I've forgotten what I was going to say, but you know, people go and they spend all this money to become trained and qualified, or they do it like me. I did it to become healed, and it's the greatest form of therapy in the entire planet of universe, and I'm quite willing to admit that. And, you know, when you take the master key, it just so happens that the way that you get it with me is I give you the system. I give you the system, though, not 62,000 different techniques, you guys. I give you 12 of the greatest techniques that have actually worked, that literally have moved people from A to freaking Z. Are you hearing me? If you are, give me a shout out, right? Give me a shout out. Show me some love. Do something. Let me know you're alive and you actually exist. So, okay, I must have had a half a glass of wine because I've got a bit of Dutch courage happening here. Anyway, moving along, I saw a big gap in the system, right? And the gap in the system is that, okay, so people are getting the results. People are getting healed. Like Claudia, thank you for that love heart, that one love heart. I'm so grateful. No, I'm just joking. No, I do thank you and I praise you for that love heart. And I'm sending it right back to you. So all the love that you send to me, I'm sending it straight back to you. May you be blessed with riches and abundance by giving me hearts. So, you know, people would come in and they would release their negative relationships. They would release the excess fat from their bodies and let it go so that they could move into the body of their dreams, because really they were just stuffing their emotions, right? You know, I was running retreats, teaching people, doing all the things that the greatest teachers in the world and even the people that invented neuro-linguistic programming were doing. But I said, hang on a minute, there's something wrong here. There is something wrong. I saw a gap in the system, you guys. And the gap was, why is it that only strange people like myself, and I don't mind admitting I'm strange. I think I just got an angry face from someone just then. So I had to ask, but do you notice that? Did you see what I just did? Somebody sent me some hearts and love hearts and some whatnot, and I only saw the angry face. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? We focus on the negative, you guys. What we need to do is we need to learn to focus on the positive. I saw the gap in the system of, what is going wrong? People are getting transformed. People are definitely, if they go to the right teacher and they get the right training, they're going to get the right outcomes. There's no doubt about that. And it is gobsmacking. It's hard not to move and shake and actually totally rise when you are doing something powerful like neuro-linguistic programming. It is, without a single doubt, the most powerful technique to shift a person from A to Z, to blow a limiting belief out of the water, to be able to get rid of bad habits, you name it. I've seen it done for 13 years. I know this to be true. But here's the but, you guys. You need to have the box office smash of the story. People are not putting it into action. People were not going out and activating this stuff. And why were not people not doing that? Because they were too scared, making up excuses. They didn't know where to start. They were limited. They were worried about their friends or their parents or their neighbors or whoever may see them with all these powerful tools. So then what I've done is I've been thinking about this for years and years and years, and I have had 2 specific mentors in the last 12 months, both one male and one female, that have changed the trajectory of my life. And in doing so, I'm happy to say that maybe in some ways I might have more skills than they do, but they had a skill that I didn't have. And I just needed to fan that into flames. And that's where I developed a program called the Elite Crown for Kings and Queens. I decided to do what I did when I became very successful with my hypnosis, and when I was working with people, I threw away my scripts, you guys. I used to have meditation scripts. And as you walk along the beautiful, beautiful azure blue ocean, and your toes feel that tantalizing feeling of the white sands. The snowy white sands are warm like the sun. Anyway, I'm not going into that, but you get what I mean, right? I'm reading a script and I remember the day vividly. I'm sitting there with a client, but I know I'm gifted and I know that I move people's stuff. I held this script in my hand and I threw it on the ground. I stopped reading it and I just started to continue to speak. And I've been changing people's lives ever since. And that's what I needed to do when I formulated my coaching program. I needed to throw away all the NLP scripts, you guys. I needed to write my own. I needed to create. What was I doing? What was making people move and shake? And even if you don't want to become a coach or a trainer, maybe if you are a person who wants to lead or lead your family or be a light to the world, I promise you, these tools, they're not taught in schools, and they damn well should be. That's all I can say. They should be taught in schools, because if they were, our suicide rates would drop. The bullying, all of the insufficient feelings of inadequacy, the low self-esteem would just be suddenly vanished, and we would have these epic tools. So what I'm doing is I'm helping people to actually meet themselves where they are at and then develop a program individually. That's why I can only have 6 people in my Elite Crown. And maybe if you want to join my program, you may like to start now, because I don't have any room in that top program until April, because I only do a small group, but you can start grooming yourself. And I want to tell you how powerful neuro-linguistic programming is. Today, when I was with a lady and I was looking to remove a lot of her pain, I already got rid of a lot of stuff with her when I first started working with her, and she couldn't move her neck to the left. Now she can. She still can do that. But what's happened is I stopped working with her, I guess, quite intensely quite a few months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And I know that she wants to be part of the Elite Crown program. I also know she's a very, very gifted lady. She is a natural. She is meant to be in this program. She's already done the work. She's come through and she's dealt with so many elements of her life. And so as I decided to contact her, and she told me that she had this really bad pain in her neck. She can still move it, so she's still got movement, which I'm very grateful for. But this was a different situation. She had pain. And when I asked her to describe it, because your body does not lie, your body is a manifestation, you guys, of what is going on in your life. And I hope that she's watching this, but I'm not going to mention her name, and you'll come to know as I travel along this story. So I asked her for the symptoms of this, and she said she feels like it's really painful. It feels trapped. It feels choked, like it's choked, and it feels restricted, right? So trapped, choked, and restricted were the feelings that she had in her neck. Now, I worked with her, and you might be going, but Terry, you're not a chiropractor. What are you trying to do? Put your husband out of business? No, not at all. But what it is that your body does not lie. And so these feelings were a manifestation. And so what we discovered is, as we worked through it, and I did work through it with her, and when I spoke to her tonight, she still had pain, but she had a fragrance that is familiar to her. She knows what this is. It's a certain fragrance that she gets, and it's very earthy, and it's kind of a representation of safety. It's almost like hope and a promise. So she feels calmer now. She feels so calm. And I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? But she also wants to step up and do that next program at that next level. And, you know, really the choked feeling and all of those things are a representation. And this is how it works, you guys, of where she is in her life. And I also found out something else. There is a massive misalignment that she is living with. And that is a limiting belief around a relationship that she has. And I've asked her permission. She knows that I'm talking about this. I'm not going to mention her name though. And so she's in this relationship that she knows is not exactly what she wants. Like if I asked her, you know, what is it exactly that you want? That relationship is not it. So her body is actually not being nasty to her by giving her the pain. It's being kind to her. It's giving her a message. You are out of alignment. You are out of congruence, and you are living not according to your total truth. Does this make sense, you guys? She's called to be a divine queen, and she will be. And she hasn't made it into this intake of our program, but I'm holding first place for her in April 1 when the time comes. And she knows that in the meantime, she will have everything she needs to get her from here to there. Setting an intention, when my people even set an intention to do the first level, which is the ground level, the most important, everything changes. Even the people in their life seem to look and feel better. So guys, what I'm saying to you is this: there is nothing wrong with your life. You are perfect. And whatever you are doing, whether you are in any position that you are, the only reason you are where you are is because of where you've come from. But you don't have to stay there. And if you want to release it and remove it and clear the past, and furthermore, if you are a leader, a business person, a high achiever like myself, always aiming for the stars, always wondered why I was so held back, and like this lady, choked. Hers came out with her body, mine came out with anxiety. And it's because I wasn't living my truth. I wasn't living my epic gift. I wasn't moving forward and giving what I have got to offer to the world, because I was hiding behind, oh my gosh, what are they going to say about me? Oh my gosh, imagine all the judgment. You've got a message inside you. If you are someone who wants to make a difference, whether it is you just want healing, whether it is that you would love to have these tools so that you can help other people, or whether it is that you want to do the whole program where you go from your healing through to the system of powerful tools through to the next level. Now, in that next level, I've got financial advisors, consultants, I've got people that are in insurance. Not everybody has to be in that high level, necessarily a coach. However, if you are a leader or you want to be in bona fide control of something in your life, this is going to absolutely release you. You will have an absolute system and a methodology and a way to be able to call in the people that are aligned to your soul. No hustle, no grind. You want the right people, right? And that's part of the lady I'm talking about's problem, because she is dabbling with people that are not aligned to her spirit. And she needs to do the work around that. And she's happy now. She's calm. She's relaxed. And she is, emotionally set free. But the restriction that she has left there is really a story about what that part of her body is saying to her that she needs to release. So I trust that you've enjoyed this kind of, this deep live stream tonight. And I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm going to, of course, drop you a link so you can get on a Calendly call. I will be in Queensland this week with a company, with an epic company and a product that I put into my body every single day. I wouldn't leave home without it. And I've never been any such thing, part of any such organization before in my life. But I love this product so much, I'm on board. So anyway, you guys, I love you heaps. I want you to hear this message if you needed to hear it. And I am just a Calendly link away. So book in a Calendly link call. And all I have to do now is find my end button and say, see you later. And remember, results count.